All right, everybody. Welcome to Safety. Let's see who has the most of their group in the room right now. Okay. Caterpollies, stand up. Okay. Free lambs, stand up. Thunderstorm, stand up. Oh, so we got to do by best off percentage. Miraculous Conquerors, stand up. Brothers and sisters. Who am I missing? Tiger Bees. Have a seat. Courageous Rock. Thank you. I was trying to figure out who I was missing. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Courageous or Caterpillar, stand up. Wait, not the Caterpillars. Y'all sit back down. Who was I thinking about? Free lambs, stand up. Fellowship of the Fire, stand up. Have a seat. And let's give some spirit points to. Wait, I forgot the group. Wait. Let me count one more time. What was it? Thunderstorm, stand up. And Free Lamb, stand up. Let's give those spirit points to the Free Lambs for having the most people here this morning. Welcome to Safety. No, y'all only have like 6 folks. It ain't 15. Hush. All right. We're going to talk about safety, and I'm going to give you guys some four fantastic tips for safety. There it is. Okay. We're going to talk about proximity. We're going to talk about seeing, hearing, and acting. Okay. Proximity, seeing, hearing, and acting. What does proximity mean? Huh? Nearness? What were you going to say? Yes, being the general vicinity. Somebody else had their hand up? Or did the, okay. So, yeah, being in earshot. Okay, so when we talk about proximity, we want to be close to campers to keep them safe. Okay, we're going to be close to campers to keep them safe. We want to be at arm's reach, and we want to see if we can be a part of what's going on, be a part of the group. And so let me change how I'm saying. If I am leading a game and you are the counselors, you want to be a part of what's happening here. A lot of times what ends up happening is I'll start teaching how to play Ultimate Elimination, and then we'll have 7 counselors over here and 5 counselors right here, and the kids are right here, and you guys make it my job only to make sure that the kids are safe or quiet or whatever it is. We want you to be a part of this piece until until you're asked to be examples for different rules and stuff like that. We want to be arm's reach away, okay? Sometimes calling the kid's name in the middle of all the chaos, in the middle of all the other words that are going around, they probably won't hear you, or they probably won't respond right away. But if I'm an arm's reach away and I can say, hey, I need you to stop, all right? That is much more than being 2, 5, 6, 7 feet away yelling at a kid, okay? So we're going to make sure that we are within good proximity of the campers. And again, be a part of whatever is going on. Any questions about proximity? Y'all are really quiet this morning, and I ain't really mad at it because I'm not a morning person. All right? We want to see. Who knows who this is? Who can get this reference? But why is she right there for C? Yes. Yeah, because she could see into the future. When I was younger, my mom, that came on, and she heard that little song. It says something like, if you can see into the future. And she was like, turn that off. We don't see in the future. It was years before I snuck around and watched That's So Raven. But anyway, positioning matters. We want to make sure that we see everything. If we are in this room and we're playing a game, where is a good spot for you to be so you can see everything that's happening in the room? Probably that back corner. Why not the booth back there? Cody, can you see what Anna's doing over there? Right. Okay. So we want to be in a corner somewhere. Usually when I was at the Y or anything, if I'm working in a gym, I'd stand here when the game starts because I can see everything without having to look around things. Okay. So when we are talking about being good position, we want to see everything. All right. We want to see the future. If I'm in here and Harrison starts to jump over the chairs, what does the future say for him? What is his future? His foot is gonna get the chair and he's gonna fall forward. Okay? So what should we do? What should we do? Harrison, get down. Okay? Why are you jumping on the chairs? Okay? I don't know. I didn't see it. It's not the right answer. Why? Okay, because you should see it. Why else though? Let me tell you a story. We were at the Y, we bought this $5,000 portable Gaga pit. It was really nice, waste of money. Well, no, because they're still using it now. So it's been about 8-9 years. So we got our money's worth. Anyway, the middle schoolers were using it, and then a fight broke out. And so I walk in the gym, and they are swinging on each other. And so I don't know what to call it, but all the kids were crowded around the Gaga pit. I couldn't get in there, so I'm reaching over kids, pulling the boys apart. I finally got them apart. One was on that side of the gym. One went on that side of the gym. I said, "Counselor, what happened?" "I don't know. I didn't see it." "How do you not see it? The only thing y'all doing is playing Gaga. Where were you at?" "Okay, you, counselor, what happened?" I didn't see it. Now, when I go to talk to a parent, right, and they say, "Well, what happened?" "I don't know. None of my counselors saw it." Does that sound like a great thing to say to a parent? No. I got upset, and then in the next staff meeting, I popped off about that answer because I got it so many times across all of camp. And that was never the answer anymore after I popped. Don't make me have to pop off about something like that, right? We need to be able to see everything. Who was it? Where's Ellie? Is she in here? Ellie Hall. Ellie Hall, there she is. She during snack, or no. What was it? It was during learn. It was during learn. She saw something happen, and she came to me and Heather, and she was like, "This is what happened." Right when it happened, I jumped in, but I just want you guys to know that this kid pushed that kid, and this person was saying this, but I went over to that corner and I stopped it. And we were like, "Okay, well, we'll pull up the footage, and because the parent wants to know about it." And we saw Ellie. She saw the first push. She was darting across the court, and she got over there and broke it all up, whatever was happening, right? That's the kind of vigilance we need from you guys when we talk about safety. We never know what's going to happen, okay? So you being in your own world doing whatever this is and not watching all of the kids, probably not a great thing to do. If I'm in this corner watching everything and a kid is coming up to me, okay, I can talk to this kid and be vigilant of what's going on. I don't have to give my sole undivided attention to this thing right here while we have all of this going on. Does that make sense? If you are scheduled to supervise Snack Shack and you're supposed to be supervising under the shelter, and then you just start zoning in on your Gaga table, or not Gaga table, carpet ball table, right? You're missing out on everything that's happening. So if a kid falls and gets hurt, or someone hits somebody, or a mistake happens, because that's what I usually hear. Usually at New Life Camp, it's like, that kid, I promise you, he did not mean to hit you, right? And we can explain that if we can see it. And so there's been a lot of things where a kid will be so upset, and I'm like, I watched. I promise you, he didn't mean to do it. That's why he didn't say sorry, because he bumped into you and kept playing the game. All right, but we got to be able to see everything in order to calm a kid down, or in order to explain things to a parent. Any questions about that? All right. So a bad answer is I don't know. I didn't see it. Okay, we have to make sure that we see everything. So if I'm a counselor or a program staff yes. Yes. I think under the shelter, if you are using the carpet ball, what I used to do is use the carpet ball to the far, like from our position, the one all the way in the far right corner. I'll use that table, but I'll be at the end, so like by the big pillar, you know what I'm talking about? So I can see the whole shelter this way, right? Or if I am playing, if I'm reffing for ultimate elimination, I'll stand mostly on a corner rather than like half court. And so, did that answer your question? Yeah. Good question. All right. Moving on. Okay. The next thing is here. We want to make sure that we are hearing all conversations, okay? I'm not asking you guys to be creepy and creep around and listening, but if there's a group of kids right here hanging out talking, we want to be in the middle of that conversation and hear what's going on. We want to also make sure that we're listening for sounds of emergencies. Middle schoolers, I still don't know how to describe the sound. I still don't know how to describe the sound that middle schoolers make, where it's like a growl scream. Do you know what I'm talking about? I don't know what it's called, and I don't know how to make it, but they make this loud growl screaming sound that if you just don't know what you're listening for when it comes to sounds of emergency, you would think that is an emergency, because they're just so loud with it, and it's just like, why are you making that noise? But you'll know when a sound of emergency happens. When I was a counselor, I was walking down through the lower ball field, and my camper, his name was Nathan. He screamed so loud he was on the blacktop. He just started screaming. It was one long, loud scream. I dropped everything I had and just sprinted across the camp. And I was on my walkie calling for infirmary. And when I got there, he was like on the ground holding himself. Well, he had fallen, and you could see like under his skin. I thought it was his bone. It wasn't, but it was really big and it was bad. And he was like, I need to go home. And I was like, Nathan, I need you to breathe. I need you to breathe. He was like, does it look like I can breathe right now? I was like, well, yes, you are breathing, but I need you just to like breathe and firm. Like the first aid providers are on the way, and that was a sound of emergency. And like he came back hobbling, and like all the kids during lunch. There was one kid that, you know how we asked, hey, does anyone want to come up here and pray? And she was like, just pray that you would heal Nathan. And then he came back, and everybody clapped when he walked into the dining hall. And it was a cute moment. But he like hobbled in, and they were clapping while he was going to the table. It was like, you got a skid knee, brother. It's elementary week. But anyway, listen for sounds of emergency, okay? If you hear a kid screaming, it doesn't matter if it's your kid or another cabin or another huddle. We want to make sure that we jump in and make sure that those campers are safe. We want to hear conversations. This is also a part of safety. There's some things that some kids know that other kids don't know. And we want to make sure that those kids that don't know some things leave here not knowing some things. Okay? We don't want them to be like, oh, I learned this bad word or these things at New Life Camp. So we're going to be a part of conversations, so if things come up, we can shut it down. We want to be a part of conversations so that if bullying occurs, we can shut it down. We also want to be a part of conversation so that if a kid says, I was bullied, we can be like, you weren't bullied. You need to go clean your bunk. That's not bullying. You know what I'm saying? So we want to be a part of all these conversations to protect all the campers, if that makes sense. Any questions? Again, you don't have to be creepy and like sneak around to hear what the campers are talking about. If they are all together talking, hanging out, and you walk over and insert yourself, they're not going to like tell you to go away. And if they do, probably a good idea for you not to go away. Okay? Unless they're just like, I don't know. No, don't, stay in the middle of it. Don't go away. All right? Any questions? All right, action, okay? We want to know what to do in moments of emergency, okay? There are different situations that are going to happen at camp where Drew is really great in moments of emergency. Twice, I think it was twice last summer, where he saved the day because he was around, made the phone call to get an ambulance, or made the phone call to help this camper, or whatever it was. So we want to make sure we know what to do in the moments of emergency. We want to stay calm in the moment of emergency. If you start getting crazy or frantic, the kid that was hurt is going to get crazy and frantic. All right? And we want to make wise decisions in the moment of emergency. Calling 17 people over to say, look at this, is probably not the best idea. Back in the day, behind the staff cabins, there were these things called wash sheds. It sounds exactly what it sounds like, okay? There were bathroom toilets, and then there were like showers and sinks. It was disgusting. I never used one. But the girls' wash shed was behind the staff office. There were two of them, and there were these cement stairs on the right of the staff offices that go down to the wash shed. Well, it was raining, and a girl finished showering and ran to get back to her cabin, slipped on the cement, and broke her leg in two places. She's sitting there, and she was like, I might need help. I might need help. The LIT says, okay, wait right here. Wesley! So I'm walking across the lower ball field, and I go over there, and she was like, she says she might need help. It's dark, mind you. So I was like, first of all, like, what is your name? I don't even remember her name, Sarah. I was like, Sarah, like, are you, like, what's your name? I'm Sarah. Like, what do you need help? My leg kind of hurts. Flashlight. Turned it back off. Okay. Infirmary coffee. So infirmary got there, and she turned her flashlight on, turned it back off, and was like, what do you want me to do? I was like, you're the medical person. I don't know. Anyway, we got her some help, and the girl was just like she came back to camp the next day or something like that in her little soft cast, and we were like, you don't have to come back. And she was like, I need to see the best game. And so anyway, so stay calm in the moments of emergency, and if you don't know what to do, you can reach out to a leadership staff member, or you can reach out to me or your primary staff coach, and we'll help you navigate through all those things. But we just need you to stay calm, okay? If you are the type of person that doesn't like injuries, that's okay. That's okay. Tag somebody in and get away from there. There was this kid at the Y, we were playing dodgeball, and he was running forward, and another kid was coming this way. Okay, let me change. Let me fix it. He was running this way. Another kid was in front of him running the same direction. A kid with the dodgeball, we were playing a game kind of like Ultimate Elimination, was coming towards them. So the kid in front stopped and stepped back, hit the other kid in the nose, and he's on the ground, puddles of blood coming out of his nose. So they called me, the director, and I was just like, come here. I just walked out. All right? Well, yeah, anyway. So I walked out, got him some help while that person stayed with them. Once he was away, I can clean it up, but I can't watch the kid in pain. Well, I couldn't watch that, but I cleaned it up after. But anyway, the whole point is, if you don't know what to do, call somebody in, tap somebody in if you can't handle it. Any questions about that? Okay, kids are weird. The things that I just told you are things that happen only once, Like that happened at the, in the wash shed thing happened one time in the 8 years that I was a counselor. The thing with this kid, he had a bloody nose, he was safe, nothing broken, anything, happened one time all the years that I was working at the Y. And so like I'm telling you guys these things, and it's like to prepare you for something that is like may never happen while you're here. Does that make sense? So don't start freaking out and wondering like, what did I sign up for? It doesn't happen often. Little dumb things like this one kid, I'll go to the next thing in a second. Little things like this happen quite often, where this kid, his flip-flop gave him like this blister. Did he stop wearing the flip-flops? No. And so he's in the cabin and says, Wesley, I need help. I open the door and his flip-flop cut the blister open like an idiot. And it was like, he was in high school, by the way, and it was like blood. And I was like, what do you want me to do? Like I told you to stop wearing the flip-flop. So stupid things like that happen, but like not like these big things that I'm talking about. So don't think that it's going to like be normal for a kid to just need to go to the emergency room. It's not that normal, okay? Any questions? Okay, you guys are going to you guys are doing your counselor tours and everything to talk about aquatics, but I need you to hear me talk about it real quick, okay? If you are a counselor and you're scheduled to be at the pool or to supervise the pool, what does it say on the schedule when you're supposed to watch the pool? Okay, you're scheduled to supervise the pool. You are another pair of eyes on the water. Okay, that's not your break time, and it's not a hangout time to just talk and chit chat with people. You are another pair of eyes on the water. I need you to hear me say this. Aaron says this almost every year. Okay, we are 76 years here in this area or on this campground. Okay. And 76 years without any aquatic danger. No kids have drowned. What Aaron would say every year is that we are due. Okay? We're due. I need that to settle in the room. So when you are at the pool and your friend is here and you decide, I'm not going to do my job, I'm going to laugh and talk with this person, you're saying that I'm okay with the chance of my kid drowning. I need to be able to say if something happens, because they're not going to come talk to you. They're going to go to me or Aaron or Brad. We need to be able to say that we have this many guards at the pool and we have this many counselors standing around the pool watching the water. But if we can't say that, that's not going to be a really, really fun conversation. And when we get on those cameras to see who wasn't in their spot when this tragedy happened, you're not going to work here anymore. Does that make sense? I know we make jokes. Can Wesley swim? I don't know. Can Wesley swim? I don't know. I do not play about the water. I do not play about water safety. That to me, that's the most dangerous thing that we have here. The water, the pool and the lake, okay? So we need to make sure that we are paying attention and doing our jobs when we're on that pool deck. Does that make sense? Tell a lifeguard. Just be like, Eli! There was one time there was this camper. Remember, you know the little gray slide in the shallow end of the pool? Katie Davenport. Who remembers Katie Davenport? She was many years removed, but she was a great counselor. She was manning that slide. It was for day camp. And the rule was you have to wait for Katie to say go before you can go down the slide. So she was doing that go. And she would catch the kid right before they hit the water and send him on his way. And she kept doing that over and over, and we were having a good time. And then she didn't say go. She said something to somebody over here, and the lifeguard stood up in the chair. She couldn't jump in the water because all the kids were there. And she was just like, Katie, Katie. And Katie was like talking to somebody, looked over. The kid had already gone down. He took off his floaties and just went down the slide. Katie picked him up, and he was like, And she was like, "You're not swimming anymore." It was a tiger beetle. She was like, "You're done. You're done. Get out of the pool," because he didn't follow the rules. Okay? Had that lifeguard not been paying attention, who knows, right? And it doesn't take long, right? So we need to make sure that we are vigilant at the pool. I'm going to tell you this. Are any, besides Eli, are any lifeguards in here? I'm going to tell you this right now. If I see you on your phones or not paying attention at the water, and I'm sending you home, and I'm taking you off the schedule. If I walk to the pool and I see counselors who are supposed to be supervising the pool, not supervising the pool, I'm sending you home, and I'm getting you an alternate, okay? That is important to me. As a basketball coach, my mentor always tells his players that whatever's important to your coach needs to become important to you. I'm going to tell you this right now. Whatever's important to your director needs to become important to you. So if you don't think it's important, then this is not where you need to be. Do you understand? Okay, I want to be able to tell parents that we did all of these things. And if they say, "I need to see the footage," which, why would you want to see that? It happened at the Y. We need to show them that every single counselor and every single lifeguard, they were all watching that pool. Do you understand? Any questions? All right. Let's do a pop quiz. Let me pull my notes out. Somebody said, "Oh." You're going to be all right, I promise. Wait. All right. This is going to be a true or false. These are going to be true or false questions first. Let me see the time. Good timing. All right. True or false? The goal of proximity is simply to make sure campers know where you are. This way is true, that way is false. Go. Well done, well done. Have a seat. True or false? If you can see the campers from across the field, you are always close enough. Go. Hey, Lauren. Who's that? Hey, Abigail. All right. Great. Sit. True or false again? Being part of the group helps you recognize problems before they become emergencies. Go. Eli. No, I'm just playing. He got it right. He got it right. All right. Have a seat. True or false? Saying, "I don't know because I didn't see it," is usually an acceptable response to a preventable incident. Oh, you're right. Go. True or false? Hearing includes paying attention to conversations as well as unusual sounds. Well done. Go. I'm sorry. Well done. Well done. True or false? In an emergency, staying calm can help you make better decisions. Go. Are you okay? What happened to you? Emergency. All right. Have a seat. True or false? The pool and lake are appropriate places to catch up with friends during downtime. Go. Correct. True or false? Vigilance around water should decrease if campers are following directions well. Go. Correct. True or false? The 4 safety tips work together and should be practiced at the same time. Go. Well done. Multiple choice. A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. Which of the following is not one of the 4 fantastic safety tips? A, proximity. B, hearing. C, act. D, react. Go. Sorry. Well done, well done. What is the primary goal of proximity? A, to make staff look engaged. B, to stay close enough to keep campers safe. C, to help campers become independent. Or D, to make supervision easier. Go. It's a little bit of B and C, B and C. Or I'm sorry, B and D, B and D. Proximity also helps make the supervision a little easy, but also stay close enough to keep campers safe. So either one of those is somewhat acceptable. Multiple choice. A staff member notices two campers begin to argue across the field. Which safety principle best encourages preventing the situation before it escalates? A, see the future. B, hear conversations. C, stay calm. Or D, be vigilant. Go. I saw that. The answer is A, to see the future. If we see campers begin to argue, arguing is fine sometimes, right? You know, Eli and I argue. Drew and I argue. Jonah and I argue. Ansley and I argue. Graham and I argue. Lucas and I fuss at each other. Okay? So sometimes arguing can be okay. If we're playing kickball and they're arguing, hey, stop all that. Let's just play, you know? But what do we see happening in the future of that argument with campers? Maybe a physical altercation. What else? Choice words, right? So we want to make sure we jump into that right away. Good job. Which statement best reflects the hear principle? A, listen only when campers speak directly to you. B, pay attention to conversations and sounds that may signal danger. C, wait until another staff member confirms there's a problem. Or B, focus only on emergency alarms. Go. Well done, well done, well done. When I became an athletic director, I started hanging out with like soccer coaches, and that is very much a soccer thing. You know, basketball players, coaches, we don't say that, but soccer people are like, well done, Peyton. Well done, Lucas. And I just picked it up, so I'll be saying it. During an emergency, what should staff members do first? A, panic, so others know that it's serious. B, stay calm and make a wise decision. C, wait for someone else to take charge. Or D, leave the area to find help. Go. Well done. Why are the pool and lake specifically highlighted? A, they are designated break areas. B, they require increased vigilance. C, campers rarely need supervision there. Or D, staff should only watch their assigned campers. Go. Well done, well done. Last question. Which scenario demonstrates all four staff principles working together? All right, listen to every word. Listen to every word. A, standing far away while talking to another staff member. B, staying close to campers, watching for problems. C, staying close to campers, watching for problems, listening carefully. Or D, staying close to campers, watching for problems, listening carefully, and responding wisely. Go. Sorry. No, the answer, no, I'm just playing. Good job. Well done, okay? Good job. You guys are slowly becoming superior like me. I said slowly. You still got a long way to go, but it's okay. We can't all be superior. Huh? What'd you say? Do you have a microphone? Stay silent. You're dismissed.